If you're an international student in Canada right now, you're likely feeling stressed and confused by the recent changes. You've seen the headlines and you know that your future could be at risk. So, in this video, we're getting straight to the facts. I'm going to show you exactly what's changed for the PGWP and spousal permits and what it means for you using only the official sources. And if you're new to my channel, I'm Bella. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. And my job is to help aspiring immigrants like you develop a personalized strategy that makes your journey to Canada as simple and stress-free as possible. That's the work I do with my clients every day, and it's the same guidance I'll be sharing with you right here. And you need to watch to the very end because I've created an actionable survival checklist with the steps that you must take right now to protect your status. Let's get into it. All right, let's tackle the postgraduate work permit, or PGWP. This is where the government drops some major stressful changes. First, the basics haven't really changed. You still need to find a program of at least 8 months at an eligible DLI. Keep your full-time student status and apply within 180 days of getting your final marks. Your study permit had to be valid at some point in those 180 days. This brings me to my first pro tip. Do not let your status expire while waiting for your grades. This is a classic trap. If your study permit is about to run out, you have to apply for a visitor record to stay in Canada legally, or leave the country and apply for PGWP from outside. If you let your status expire, you're forced to apply for restoration, which means extra fees and a ton of unnecessary stress. Now, for the biggest change causing all the anxiety, the new field of study rule. This new rule specifically targets students in non-degree programs like college diplomas and certificates. If you apply for your study permit on or after November the 1st, 2024, your program must be directly linked to an occupation in long-term shortage in Canada. You're exempt from this rule if you are a graduate of a bachelor's, master's, or PhD program. You're also exempt if you applied for your study permit before November 1st, 2024, no matter what your program is. If you're in a non-degree program and applied for your study permit on and after that date, your eligibility is tied to a list of 6-digit CIP codes, Classification of Instructional Programs codes. You can find this code on your school's program website. Now, this is where things get chaotic in mid-2025. On June 25th, IRCC cut 178 fields of study from the eligible list, causing huge panic. Then, on July the 4th, they reversed that move, adding them back, saying that they stayed on the list until the next update in early 2026. So, who's safe? You're safe if you applied for your study permit before November 1st, 2024, or if you are a degree student. You're also safe if you applied for your study permit before June 25th, 2025, for a program that was on the list at the time. The students more at risk are those in non-degree programs who applied for their permit on or after November 1st, 2024. And your eligibility is tied directly to that list of CIP codes. Hi, if you've got any value from this video so far, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. It will really help push my content to more people in your situation. And feel free to leave a comments or questions down below. Here's my non-negotiable advice. The day you submit your study permit application, go to the official IRCC page for eligible CIP codes and save a timestamped PDF or screenshot of that list. This creates a personal evidence file that could be the crucial proof you need later on. 2 other quick critical updates. The rule allowing online study to count towards your PGWP ended on August 31st, 2024. For programs started after that date, at least 50% must be done in class in Canada. Second, students starting programs at public-private partnership colleges are now mostly ineligible for PGWP. But you are exempt from this new rule if you started your program before May 15th, 2024. Next up, spousal open work permits, or SOWPs. The rules here got seriously strict and families are feeling it. The key date is January 21st, 2025. Applications sent before the date get processed under the old, easier rules. For applications submitted on or after January 21st, 2025, it's a whole new, much tougher game. An open work permit for a student's spouse is now only available if the student is in the master's degree program, which has to be at least 16 months or longer, a PhD program, or specific professional degree programs like medicine or law. This means spouses of students in bachelor's programs and all college programs are no longer eligible to apply for an initial open work permit. This is a massive change affecting thousands of families. For spouses of PGWP holders, the graduate now has to be working in a high-skilled job, and we're talking about tier 0, 1, 2, or 3. And their PGWP needs at least 16 months left on it when the spouse applies. This is a huge challenge. The graduate now has to land a qualifying job fast before their spouse can even apply to work. My pro advice here, use the official National Occupational Classification, the NOC website, to check the tier code of any job offer before you accept it. Don't just take your employer's word for it. But here's a potential lifeline that many people miss: renewals. If your spouse already has a valid SOWP, they can probably renew it as long as they apply under the same original rules and your own study or work permit is also being extended. You can check this detail in the IRCC news release from January 14th, 2025. Thinking about changing schools? Be careful. What used to be a simple online update is now a high-stakes nightmare. As of November the 8th, 2024, if you are a post-secondary student who wants to change your DLI, you have to apply for a brand new study permit. And it gets worse. As of January 22nd, 2025, that new study permit application also needs a provincial attestation letter, or PAL, from the province of your new school. This is a hidden trap. Getting into another school isn't enough anymore. Your ability to transfer now depends on if the new province even has any PALs left to give out. This makes your first choice of province and school a much more permanent decision. With all this new scrutiny, you absolutely cannot mess around with your study permit conditions. You must stay enrolled and be actively studying. Any authorized leave from your program cannot be more than 150 days, and you're not allowed to work during that leave. And remember, always get written proof from your school for any leave of absence. Okay, that was a lot. So let's boil it all down to a simple survival checklist of things that you must do right now. For prospective students, check your program CIP code. If you are looking at a non-degree program, you must confirm that the 6-digit CIP code is on IRCC's eligible list. Screenshot the list the day you apply. No excuses. And be smart with your family's application. If one of you can get into a master's or PhD program, make that person the main applicant. It's not the main way to get a spousal open work permit. For current students in Canada, know your critical application date. Find the exact date you submitted your current study permit application. This is the date that decides if the new stricter PGWP rules apply to you. Think twice before changing schools. Understand that transferring is now a long, expensive, and risky process. Plan months ahead if you have to do it. Check your spouse's work permit. If their SOWP is expiring, check the renewal option now. It could be your family's lifeline. And for recent graduates and PGWP applicants, know your 180-day deadline. The countdown to apply for your PGWP starts the moment you get your final transcript. Do not miss it. Be strategic with your job search. If a work permit for your spouse is a priority, you must find and start working in a tier 0, 1, 2, or 3 job. Check the tier code before you accept any job offer. The takeaway is this: the game has changed. The old flexible rules for international students are gone. To succeed now, you have to be proactive, keep perfect records, and make decisions based on the official rules. I hope this guide has given you the clarity and confidence that you need. All the official government sources are linked in the description below. I urge you to use them. If your situation feels complicated or you just want a professional to make sure it's done right, your best next move is to book a one-on-one consultation with me. You can find that link to my booking page in the description and on my channel page. If you've made it this far to the video, thank you so much for your support. And if you get any value from this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe buttons because it will really help push my content to more people in your situation. And if you feel like this video would be helpful for somebody else, by all means share it. And if you have any comments or experience you would like to share, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.